Hey everybody, today is a really exciting day because Michael and I are leaving on vacation. He's at the gym right now. I got up a little after 6 o'clock in the morning, so for me that was kind of sleeping in. I had to be really quiet because Michael's mom was still sleeping in. I fed all my scobies and said goodbye to my kombucha. We will be gone for almost 2 weeks. And then you can see it's a little bit of an overcast morning, but beautiful. I love the colors in the sky this time of day. When I took Aber out for a walk, I took her out by myself just because I wanted to go ahead and get that over with before Michael got home. And then I realized I had got up way too early, so I just sat and enjoyed some coffee and worked on our YouTube channel and made my traditional 3 scrambled eggs. I've mentioned before how much I love our little airport here in Melbourne and their bird of paradise carpeting. They are always a breeze to get through. We have actual sand castles in our lobby as you walk in. That's an astronaut because we're on the Space Coast. TSA, this is pretty typical. There's plenty of people working and you breeze through it. Takes no time at all. Here's our little area where you can buy snacks. I love this phone booth. We do have a lot of English people coming in and out of this airport because we have an English airline. And that was it. Pretty easy breezy right to our gate. I think our flight left around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The first leg is from Melbourne, Florida to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a pretty quick flight from Melbourne to Charlotte. It's just about an hour, give or take a few minutes. We actually were able to upgrade to first class. It was very inexpensive this particular time, so we went ahead and did it. Just for the little extra leg room and to celebrate the fact that we are taking off, headed on vacation, and we're really excited. I tried really hard to see our house from the plane, and I can see where about our house is, but I can't actually see the house. This is a book I'm reading by Graham Hancock, and as you can tell, I have dropped it in the pool. First class gave us drinks in actual glasses, and these are the snacks they gave us. Michael ate both. I didn't eat either one. I was too busy looking out the window, enjoying the view. On a bright and sunny day, I actually really enjoyed this flight. And then we landed in Charlotte, and it was kind of foggy, actually. Because we booked these trips as 2 separate legs, we actually had to go reclaim my bag, then recheck my bag, and then go back through TSA, which at Charlotte Douglas can actually be kind of a nightmare. Their TSA is always backed up and really full. It did take us a while to get through TSA. And that's about the time we started getting the text notifications that our 8-hour flight from Charlotte to London had been delayed, and that's when a couple of our travel problems began. We were hungry and we had plenty of time to kill at this point, so we went to a burger place called Bad Daddy's, which is a Charlotte local place. We eat there a lot when we're in town, outside of the airport, but we really like their burgers. So we sat there and had this. This is a burger with an egg on it and sweet potato fries, and I'm not going to lie, we actually did eat the sweet potato fries. They were pretty freaking good. Here's a plane, but it's not our plane. We got notification after notification after notification that our plane had been delayed. And these are all people standing in line trying to talk to American customer support. The same issues were happening to them as to us. So our flight that was supposed to leave around 8 p.m. finally got rescheduled for the last time to midnight. So we had quite a few hours to kill in the airport. And as you can tell, we are getting super sleepy. By the time we figured out what time our flight was actually going to leave, we realized we were most definitely going to miss our flight the next morning from London to Corfu. So we rescheduled for a later flight and just waited it out in the airport. So this is what is called Main Cabin Plus on American Airlines. That's who we booked for this flight from Charlotte to London. It does give you slightly bigger seats and a little bit more leg room. I was planning on watching movies and TV, but that didn't happen. I slept most of this flight away. I was happy that there was a plug right here so I could charge my phone, and it came with a blanket and pillow. For me, that was enough to make it possible for me to actually be able to sleep on this flight. Michael took some naps in and out. They did serve us dinner. We had asked for a gluten-free options and were planning on eating dinner on this plane when we thought our flight was leaving at 8. But since it got pushed back till after midnight, there was just no way we were going to be able to eat food this late, which is a shame because most of this did go to waste, unfortunately. But I did want to film it just to show what a gluten-free meal looks like on an American flight. This is me trying to stay awake because I wanted to get a cute selfie for the thumbnail, but that didn't happen. This was breakfast, gluten-free breakfast. And just like that, I woke up and we were in London Heathrow. We had an extremely tight layover and we also had to change terminals, so that was a little bit stressful, but we made it on time. to our next flight from London Heathrow to Corfu. This was also booked through American Airlines, but it was actually Finnair, and I was really excited because I'd never flown on Finnair before. Turned out it was very similar to the other flights, and look at this, we even had an empty seat right beside us, so we were able to spread out and feel really comfortable. That was great. This was all I was able to see of London. Looked like it was pretty foggy and cloudy, which is kind of what I would expect out of London. We brought these Tillamook beef jerky sticks. Michael had a protein bar, and then we took a look at the menu. Turns out Finnish Airlines actually serves kombucha. We were really excited to try a new kombucha. This whole can has less than 4 carbs, and it was really delicious. We both got one, and it was awesome. We really, really liked this particular kombucha. And I also had to try a hot tea, of course. I don't remember exactly what we spent to get 5 drinks total, 2 waters, 2 kombuchas, and my tea, but I do remember we were very shocked how inexpensive it actually was. The flight from London to Corfu, Greece was a little over 3 hours, I think about 3 hours and 15 minutes or so. I believe this is Albania we're looking at. The coastline is gorgeous. There's mountains right up to the edge of the sea, and I had never seen Albania before, and certainly not from the air. So as you can tell, I just sort of looked out the window and filmed the whole ride. I thought it was so pretty, so green and yet so rocky, and I have always been in love when you can see the mountains right coming right up to the edge of the sea. So I filmed maybe a little bit too much of it, and certainly the window does not do it justice. But this was absolutely a gorgeous descent down onto the island of Corfu. With all of our flight delays, we actually landed in Corfu much later than we expected. I think it was around 7 o'clock or so at night instead of around lunchtime as we originally had planned. But that was no problem because the sunset was gorgeous watching it from a plane setting over the mountains as we were landing. This was one of those flights where you exit the plane outside. I like those kinds of flights. It's so nice to get some fresh air after you get off the plane before you have to go back inside the airport. Corfu's airport was actually really tiny. It reminded me a lot of the Melbourne airport, and I immediately felt right at home until we realized they had lost my checked luggage. Everything I had was not on the plane and did not make it to Corfu with us. I could not be bummed out for long. I was so excited to see my brother Marshall and a brand new place. I have never been to Greece, never been to Corfu, and as you can see, I couldn't stop taking little clips of everything I saw that fascinated me. The architecture, the buildings, the boats, the lights, it was so gorgeous. I really enjoyed the ride from the airport back to where we were going to be staying at our Airbnb for a couple days. We parked the car and walked through the streets looking for something to eat for dinner. Michael and I at this point were really, really hungry. I am not going to try to pronounce the name of this little restaurant because I'm afraid I will get it wrong. But it was right in the middle of this street, pretty tight, and I thought it was a very cozy place to eat. Here's a quick look at the menu. I ordered pork kebabs that came with these french fries, and Mary got saganaki, which is fried cheese. There was a salad, and we all
having dinner.
Open it up too.
This is pork gyro. We're scooping the onions out at the moment. We will help Julie in a second.
Sausages.
Man, those are really good. It's really good stuff here.
I could say day, you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. It's always the same, it's just a shame. I could be, but I won't go. There'll be easy and I know.
Corfu had really come to life on this Friday evening. Look at how cute these cakes are. There's no way I could ever cut into that. I know I don't really eat vegetables, but man, they are so pretty. Look at all these gorgeous colors and this gelato. Oh my goodness, it looked to die for.
That's a tomorrow, Marshall, probably. One at a time.
This was our Airbnb on the top on the right up there. It's called Annecy in Kerkira, Corfu City. It happened to be on top of a meat market, which we thought we would have a grill out, and we never got around to doing that. But man, those steaks look amazing. There was also another grocery store beside this one that had everything else besides meat for sale in it. There wasn't an elevator, so we walked in and hauled our luggage up to that third floor. So here's a really quick little tour of our Airbnb that we were going to be in for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday night. Here's a quick peek at the bathroom. This is pretty typical for bathrooms over in Greece. It's kind of small and it has everything you need. There's me. I have a backpack, but all my luggage is still lost. And then we are walking into the little entryway. I thought she had some cute decorations here. She left us some homemade candy. She made that herself. Here's our kitchen. That's my sister-in-law, Mary. And that is a couch that folds out to be a bed, little desk, tiny, tiny TV. And out on the balcony, the cutest little breakfast table. As you can see, it was dark, but it was a really huge balcony. I was so impressed. And this is the bedroom. I'm in love with it, pink and purple. It reminds me of my favorite colors when I was a little kid. I thought the bedroom was absolutely the cutest thing ever. There's another couch here. You could sleep at least one more person if you needed to. Isn't this the cutest little dresser? Oh my goodness. Hello. I was so happy to be in our room for the night. We've been on the road for a very long time. Pretty much 2 full days of traveling. It was just nice to feel like we were home and settled. Cutest little decorations. Mary was the best. She had this bottle of rosé ready to go for us to celebrate our first night.
Mr. Here.
Mr. Here.
Cheers, guys, for
Cheers.
a great trip. It's gonna be amazing.